Namaskar. Welcome to Saturday evening English edition of PGurus channel. And friends, we are going to talk about 6 to 7 very happening, hot, interesting topics. So you have to stay till the last. The first topic is, and I can't put everything in the title. The first topic is Trump's and Putin's hide and seek. What are these guys playing and what are they up to? Then we have Pakistan reduced to dust. 43-country travel ban, Iran's nuclear deal, there's a talk of Somalia and Sudan, there's a secret deal with Hamas, and there is much more we are going to talk. And by the way, there's also allegations of Pakistani ISI involved in a temple attack in Amritsar. So we are going to talk a lot of things. And you know Ibrahim Rasool. Do you know him? The African guy checked out of US by Marco Rubio? Oh, you don't know.
African, yeah.
We will talk about it. Give us 7 seconds, we are back. Don't go anywhere.
Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Let's over to Sumit ji. A lot to cover. Please like this video and we are off. Over to you.
Namaskaram. And in the name of Bhagwan Sri Ganesha, let's do the Sri Ganesh of today's vlog. 𝗤𝗙𝗍 𝗲𝗏 Radhe Radhe. Now friends, very happy belated Holi to you, all of those who have enjoyed it, and may this be the best, the Holi, and maybe many more best to come. Let's do the start. The first thing is, what are Trump and Putin doing? What is this hide and seek happening in the world? I'm telling you, there's a tango of Trump and Putin which world is able not to comprehend. There is this arithmetical chemistry, there's this algorithmic accuracy, and there is this engine work which happens between a crank and a moving axle. That is what the Trump and Putin are doing. I'll tell you how. Look, Putin did what he had to do. Trump brings down the intelligence, shuts down the firewall. Putin gets the opportunity of lifetime. He is covering areas and he is covering territory like never before. What he could not do in 3 years is he has been able to do in 3 months. Today, Trump's favor, I would say, has enabled Putin to get 92% of Kursk. Last time when we met, it was 82%. Today, we're talking of 92 to 93% of the Kursk is under the control of Vladimir Putin. And remember, when we spoke last time, that's day before yesterday, Putin was in Kursk wearing a military uniform. And you know, at the same day, Steve Witkoff was supposed to fly to where? Was supposed to fly to Moscow with a European-American hybrid peace proposal, which the Russians said, okay, give it to us. Let's have a look into it. We don't understand a lot of English. We need to translate it into Russian, then we'll come back to you. Then when this all was happening, Putin suddenly went to Kursk. And Kursk, he tells his generals, look, we don't have a lot of time. Guys, do it fast, do it fast. Then it eventually happens. The guys are accelerating 92 to 93% territory. Some today, even right now, say it's 95 and more. Practically, Kursk is back under Putin's control. And if you look, what was the only stumbling block with Putin was Kursk. What was his only thing which was holding his back was Kursk. And Trump knowingly gave him this window. He gave him this window because Europeans and Ukrainians were playing hardball. So he wanted to set both of them in their places. Say, okay, Trump, I'm Putin, I'm giving you the window. And remember, Elon said, if I bring down my gear, you will fall in like a house of cards. Now, with all these fiascos going and all, you know, Ursula Lavrov's, the Putin's political advisor said, what is in the deal for us? This is going to rearm Ukraine. Now, eventually, when this all is happening, there's two things which happened. Putin addressed the media yesterday night, and when he addressed the media, he starts his address. I take this opportunity to thank Donald John Trump. He starts the speech. I take this opportunity to thank Trump. I thank him for all the efforts he has taken for this peace. I know you're busy. I know you have priorities, but you are spending a lot of time on this. See how the things have turned. Russian president is thanking American president for getting peace into Russia and Ukraine. And with that, he also thanked Prime Minister Modi. He also thanked other leaders. I think Prime Minister Modi and Trump with the prominent leaders very thanked. With all this happening, Russians are advancing into Kursk. Now, Putin issues a warning. In the same platform, he issues a warning to Ukraine. He says, look, guys, I am giving you time. Kindly surrender if you want to live. If you want to live, you have to surrender. If you don't want to die, I have no problems. Then you know what happens? When Putin issues this warning, suddenly 1 hour or 2 hours after the warning, you have to look at the clock time. Trump comes in. He says, Mr. Putin, thank you very much for this and all. Can I request you one thing? Yes. It's not, there's not a conversation happening, but can I request you to kindly spare the lives of Ukrainian soldiers? What does the statement mean? This statement means a hell lot. I am the president of America. I am had the most powerful army, navy, and most powerful military in the world. I am telling my counterpart in Russia, buddy, can you help? Can you make sure that you don't kill these Ukrainians who are stuck in Kursk? The message is Kursk has fallen. The message is Ukraine is losing. The message is it's all over for Ukraine and European Union put together. Whatever you have been trying to cook and all, it's gone. It's kind of gone. And then Putin makes another media appearance. It is with the president of Belarus this time. With the president of Belarus, what happens is, they talk about their usual stuff and all. Eventually, the discussion shifts to Russian-Ukraine. The reporters ask, sir, Mr. Putin, what do you think what is happening in Russia and Ukraine, and what is your take on the peace plan? Now, first the narration was, what are we going to get out of it? Let's think on it. Then Putin says, about the peace plan, that is 1 month ceasefire. That is the peace plan as on date. Meanwhile, Russians are swallowing Kursk, 14,000 square kilometers of land, 94% back into Russian control, and things are going on. Now, he says, I'm okay with the proposal, but I have just 2 problems. So what are the 2 problems, Mr. President? The problem number 1 is, who is going to monitor the ceasefire? If there's a ceasefire, who is going to monitor the ceasefire? The earlier school of thought was that 𝗟𝗡𝗏 said, boots on the ground and planes in the air. So, and Putin had clearly said, we will not want any foreign military presence in Ukraine with permanent or temporary structures or cantonments or tent cities. Whatever you want to call it, I will not accept that. Now, Putin brings in another counter logic. Who will monitor the ceasefire? Now, you don't have people on the ground. How are you going to monitor the ceasefire? UK had plans of sending maybe 20,000 troops. Zelensky wanted 200,000. He wanted the entire Europe to be in the doorstep of Russia, then to play his cards. Putin said it's not working. Second step. Now, how do I ensure, and who gives the guarantee? Look at the words. How do I ensure and who gives me the guarantee this 1 month will not be used by Zelensky and Ukraine to rearm themselves, to kind of build their reserves, to build their logistics? These are my 2 points of contention. If somebody has an answer, kindly give me an answer. I'll be willing to walk the talk. So it is like, it's a hypothesis. I am giving you a car. I want to take out the left wheel and I want to take out the engine and the back wheel. The car is all yours. Go and do with it. Now, if you don't have the engine and you don't have the 2 wheels, if you even want the horses to pull the car, that can't be done. That's what the Putin's model is. So with these 2 points, he has really put everything back in a circle. Now, the circle has no corners. You can keep on going on and going on and going on and going on. Well, as Steve Witkoff lands in and he says, look, the concerns of Russians are legitimate. We are going to talk with them and we're going to what is going to happen. In the meanwhile, Ukraine is losing piece by piece, bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit. But with all this fiasco going on, there's a saying in Hindi, Begani Shadi mein Abdullah Diwana. Now, who is this Abdullah Diwana in the Begani Shadi? It's like an uninvited guest. It's like a great gate crasher. If I talk, the gate crasher is 𝗟𝗡𝗏. He has not learned his lessons. He has run a virtual summit of 25 willing European nations, and they are talking about peace in Ukraine. They are talking, we'll not let Putin to hold Ukraine to ransom. We'll not let the world peace to be subservient to Putin. We'll not do this. We'll not do this. We'll not do. We are going to do this. We are going to do this, and we are going to do this. But hey, Mr. Starmer, who is talking to you? You are not part of any discussion. Your people are not involved. Your land is not involved. Your opinion is not taken. You are nowhere to be seen. And it is militarily proved. You are all thin air. Minus thin air, you are nothing. Macron has already walked out. And your proposal of putting bombs on the ground is rejected by Putin. So that is gone. And your 30 days proposal, which your minister earlier said that will help to rearm Russia. Now Russia has turned the tables on you and saying, okay, this 30 days ceasefire will help to rearm Ukraine. What is the guarantee? Putin says, who's going to give me the guarantee? With this fiasco opening, I don't know what the Europeans are doing. They're just kind of making this, what do we call it? Goose hunting. What do we call it as witch hunting? This is what is happening in Europe. And 𝗟𝗡𝗏 is busy making his own rhetorics and trying to make his own plans. It's like I'm trying to see how to do the marriage of my neighbor's son. It's none of my business. I'm not involved. It's not my money. It's not my son. I'm not a party of it. But Keir Starmer fails to understand this. So this is what is happening. In the meanwhile, the things are happening, and Putin and Trump are working really in tango. Now, Trump had said, now the onus is on Russia to kind of see whether war happens, what they want to do. Marco Rubio said, we'll see Russian resolve. Do they really want to stop this war or not? Now, Putin has come up, said, just two conditions, sir. If these two conditions are met, I am ready to do the ceasefire. Now, the problem is who will bell the cat? How do you ensure Ukraine doesn't use this opportunity to rearm? And who will ensure the peace? Because Putin is not agreeing to peacekeepers on the ground. And with it, I can make one prediction to you today. With all the conviction of my command, it's a matter of time. It's a matter of few months. NATO is gone. NATO will be dysfunctional. NATO's disintegration is almost sure. Because in today's meeting, with all the European leaders, willing European countries, obviously everybody was not there. NATO was also present. I don't know what is the point of NATO being present in a Keir Starmer's meeting. That is something controversial. And remember, the NATO chief, when Zelensky asked Europe to put 5% money on the defense, it's the NATO chief who endorsed Zelensky and said, yes, you are under existential threat from Putin. If you don't put this money, because the man is looking for a job, he's looking to find a job, and obviously he won't have a job after some time. And Trump has already threatened, I'm going to walk out of NATO. So this is where the Russian-Ukrainian conflict is there. Ukraine is advancing. Keir Starmer is flying kites. Putin, and they are playing the tango. I think Trump has promised Putin a window. This is the window. Do whatever you want to do. Get hold of the Kursk. When the Kursk is with the Russians will dictate their terms, because then Russia is in a commanding position. And Russians are very, very happy with it. And there are hardly few thousand Ukrainian soldiers who are hiding somewhere in the forests of Ukraine nearing the Russian border. That's what they are. Meanwhile, there's another massive attack which is launched by Russia on Ukraine today. And now Ukraine's attacks and all are foiled. Ukraine is gone into hibernation, and Zelensky is nowhere to be seen. There's not a word from Zelensky, there's not a word from European Union, and there's not a word from anybody else. So that is what is happening on the Russian-Ukrainian front. That is where we stand today. And Sree sir has to add a point, then I'll carry on from there. Sir, over to you.
Viewers, we have a map that we want to show you. This is an interactive real-time map, so that if you want to know at any point of time where the positions of the soldiers are, you can get it from looking at this map. Here we go. So this is the real crux of the situation. You see 4 big regions, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see the dark lines. These are the 4 states that Russia is after. They want a complete 100% control of these 4 states, and then slowly they'll move further and further inwards. Is their idea, long-term picture. I mean, I've said this thing a long time ago, as soon as the war started, that this is their goal, this is where they will stop. But right now, this is what we have. And if you look at the one area where Ukraine appears to be holding out, that is this Kursk area. Why is it so important? Because once the Ukrainians leave Kursk, then essentially it is move down, please. Kursk is a little bit more to the north. Yeah. So these are the Donbas regions. Again, even inside those states, their control is not complete. You need to go and look at this link, viewers. The link is in the description section of today's video. Go take a look at it. Every once in a while, you can go and take a look at it. And this is not by any agency. It is by a private war tracking site. And they are the ones from where everybody takes it. Let's put it that way. This is the original source. So I encourage you to go take a look at it so that you know what is going on. So the game plan now is clear. They want 100% control on these 4. They call them oblasts. That's essentially state. 4 states. Once they have that, then they'll say, okay, ab 𝗏𝗏𝗏 baat karte hain. Now we will sit down and talk. That's what Putin wants. And he's not being successful in that either. So it's going to be a stalemate for some time. I'm afraid America will lose patience because, last week the stock market didn't do well, and it's going to expect it to do not so well this next week also, because there's pressure being built up by, see, the deep state is not going to go away just like that. We can take away the map. The deep state is not going to go away just like that. They are going to make a lot of noise. They are going to make a lot of noise. Yesterday, I came out with one more finding where after Kamala Harris had lost, after Biden knew that there is no more Democratic government in a month's time, the guy still transferred $20 billion to various organizations in the name of climate control. And much of that stuff is given in such a way that the incoming Trump administration cannot stop it. You understand what it is? Transfer proofed it, and it was put in some Citibank account and it's gone. And they are trying, 𝗟𝗟𝗏, the new EPA czar is trying to pull it back, and it is becoming like, pulling teeth. And in the meantime, they attack Elon Musk, they attack Tesla stock, they are attacking Trump, they are saying he is senile. God damn it, where were you when your own president couldn't even put together 2 sentences? I'm an independent. I'm asking all those Democrats, where the hell were you? What was your president doing? The guy couldn't speak 2 lines properly. I see Trump coming about, he's very cogent, he's making good points. Where is the question? He's fine. So, point I'm trying to make is, these loudmouths need to shut up. And they are not shutting up because they know the amount of money they have pilfered, and they know much of that stuff is being tightened. Anyway, back to you, sir. Let's go to the next topic, Pakistan.
Yeah, and it's important to mention that Trump is also thanking all the people who matter, like Putin. He has thanked the great appreciation for Prime Minister Modi. So I made that point. So it's very important to understand the people who are really helping the world. He's acknowledging them. Now I have to add one single sentence before we move to the next thing. Now, after this, we have an Iran nuclear deal, but we'll deal with it later. So we have to just the one sentence. We'll park it towards the end of the session. Let's go to the next part of the session. The next part of the session is which is not in our header, but it's very important to cover that. And I'll mix Iran nuclear deal with it. I'll be very fast, 5 minutes. Look, what has happened is, Arab League rejected Trump's proposal that nobody will move, and Trump again, he said, and then we saw Trump kind of backtracking. Then our last title was Gaza mein janaza, which we covered. Trump said, okay, you don't want to leave Gaza, then Israel is armed to the teeth and they will do whatever they have to do. If you die, you die. What can I do? So that is where we left it last time. Egypt was very happy. Everybody was very happy. And even Hamas was very happy. Hamas was writing letters to Trump. Oh, very good, sir. Thank you. You are very kind and all that. In the meanwhile, 2 important things came up. One is Hamas and Israel, US and Hamas seems to have agreed to a deal. In this deal, there is one Israeli-American soldier, which is with Hamas. They will let him go. And 4 bodies of 4 Israeli-Americans will be given back to America or Israel or through Red Cross, whatever. Now, this deal was done, and Hamas thought they are going to, cement a divide. They're going to have a crack between America and Israel. That is what the Hamas's game plan was. But if I was tracking Israel last night, what is happening in Israel is that now Israelis are getting fuming. They're saying, because it's an American, you let him go, and now you are letting even their dead bodies go. You don't want Israelis to come. Now Israel has every right to go and beat the shit out of you and get back at whatever we think. So for the first time, these 25 hostages, which are alive with Hamas, for the first time, Benjamin Netanyahu government is not feeling the pressure. This move of Hamas has backfired against Hamas. And in the Middle East, now everybody is saying that Hamas is sucking up to America. So that image of Islamic jihadi, this Ghazni and all those things of Hamas has been shattered. So this move of Trump is helping to break the support of Hamas within the Shia and the Sunni world and giving Benjamin Netanyahu a green light. Okay, go ahead. Now, if this American would have not been kind of recovered, or there were serious efforts not made to recover that, and that proves my point, which I've been telling you earlier, that Trump does not trust Qatar for mediation. That's why they were talking directly. So if you go back home, if you get the American back, good. If you're not able to, you say, I tried my best. Sorry, we tried our best, but we could not. So Trump has his slate clean. Benjamin Netanyahu gets an opportunity, and Hamas is now lost its shame, whatever was left in the whole of the Islamic world. That's point number 1. Point number 2, Trump made a wonderful proposal. Why don't you go to Egypt, and why don't you go to Jordan, and you will have a safe house, you'll have a beautiful house. These people rejected it. And, due to their own reasons, Jordan has his compulsions. Egypt is playing somebody's game, and possibly it's Doha, it's Qatar who is funding them. And that is how Egypt is trying to act funny. Now, Trump has come up with, as per Israeli media last night, there's a beautiful, beautiful proposal which is being worked out, Sree sir. Now, we told you, be in Gaza, you made Gaza a living hell, right? We told you, go to Egypt, go to Jordan. You say, we don't want to go because that will be ethnic cleansing. And so then Trump told, okay, be in Gaza, and Israelis have all the weapons, and good luck, best of luck. We are okay. Now it is being talked that Americans have started negotiations with two beautiful countries on planet Earth to move these Gazans there. The countries are Somalia and Sudan. Both are Islamic countries. Both are Islamic countries. MashaAllah, Alhamdulillah. Both are Islamic countries. And these people, swear to God, when I read this news, I was saying, wow, man, that is, and you know, if you throw $3 billion to these guys, they will do a tailspin. Imagine these Gazans who made Gaza a living hell. Though Gaza is a beautiful place, I've never been there. But what I've seen on the internet, it's a beautiful place. You made Gaza into hell. You used all the Qatari money to make bloody tunnels and find new and new ways to kill Jews. Now, if you end up in Somalia and Sudan, though both are completely Muslim countries, completely Sharia law driven, you will really feel Gaza was the heaven. We made heaven into the hell. You will feel like Jordan and Oman with the oasis. And, you know, after living there, and you will be on the mercy of Boko Haram and Al-Shabaab and all that, and those African Muslims and, you know, their violent streak. And God save your women and your daughters. I'm only pray that. No, you don't know what you're up to. You remember in Nigeria, they've taken 200 to those 2,000 sex slaves. And imagine you end up in your women, children, and families ending up in Somalia and Sudan. Now, and you know what is going to happen? She said, take my word today. Nobody from Arab League is going to utter a word. You know why? Because what can you say? Both are Muslim countries. Both have Sharia law. Both have ample land. And both want American dollars. And they will give them, forget the piece of land. They can give them farmhouse, each 1 acre farmhouse. Raho, cool. But how long can you live? I don't know. And, so Somalia and Sudan is where Palestinians are handing. Now, Somalia, Sudan was, then the reporters starting asking them, hey, wow, we are not in talks with America. We're not in talks with America yet. But the Israeli press has said they are in talks with the Americans and they are trying to negotiate the money. So, and you know, when this happened, she said, all of these people who have been crying, Rona, Dona, Rudali, none of them will utter a word. You know why? They don't only want Palestinians to come to their country. Bhej do Sudan, bhej do Somalia. Farak nahi padta. But don't send them to Egypt, don't send them to Jordan. Uncle Trump, you want to send them to Somalia? Sudan, bhej do, no problem, sir. Send them, sir. You know, I had proposed to Trump on PGurus channel, Rwanda. But I think Trump has smart advice. He says, Sumit, Rwanda is not a good option. Rwanda is a beautiful country. Let's send them to Sharia land. Let's send them to the beautiful Sharia land of Africa. And let Africa prosper with the Palestinians. So, right? So this was not a part of title, but that's why I wanted to break this news. So, you know, you play hardball with Trump. I've seen one thing. You play hardball with him, sir. He comes back with a surprise, with a power, and with a new plan, which is unthinkable. And when the news has broken, nobody has uttered a word. Bhai, kahan gaye? Where is the Islamic world? Where are the 57 countries? Why everybody is silent? Why I'm the only person talking? Why only the Jews talking? Why only the Hindus talking? Why you are not talking? Somalia, Sudan, land of Sharia for Palestinians. Alhamdulillah. Over to you, sir. You wanted to make a point.
So, some of these countries are in trouble. Egypt and Jordan, to start with. Both of them were getting $1.5 billion aid every year from US. That money doesn't have to be given to US, to Egypt and Jordan. That money can be directed to Sudan and Somalia. Now what happens? See, the problem, Sumitji, this I'm hearing, nobody will admit it on paper. What I'm hearing is, these countries, some of them who are on dole from US have gotten so used to that they need that to pay the salaries of their people, their generals, their armies, their government, their pension, everything. Why should US taxpayer pay all these things? That's why I keep asking, why is the United States paying $45 million a week to Afghanistan?
Taliban, yeah? And why was 2.3
Taliban,
billion?
Exactly, not even Afghanistan, to Taliban.
No Afghan, sir. Why was $2.3 billion sent to Hamas?
Yeah. So these two countries are in deep shit. Go ahead, right. Make my day. We'll put that money somewhere else. And they'll take the Hamas guys. Yeah.
Take everybody. Even pay them a little bit more money. They will give them an acre of land. There is enough of land in Somalia and Sudan. And it's a beautiful country, sir. I love them. You see, the coast is great. You know, the sea is great. Pirates are great. Famines are great. Everything is great about that. Huh?
Put them to work. Put them to work. Hamas is good at tunneling. Teach them, ask them to dig the mines there. Gold, copper, nickel, extraction, whatever. Do that. My 2 cent suggestion. Over to you, sir. Let's go to the next topic.
Now, next topic is Pakistan. Should we cover Iran's nuclear deal? Let's cover Iran with it and we'll go to Pakistan. Pakistan is going to be fun. Now, Iran's nuclear deal, the update is that it is believed that, there is some secret negotiations going on between Trump and Putin. Trump is doing the push, Putin will do the pull. What is push and pull? It's like the marketing and sales. Marketing pushes, sales, marketing creates the pull, sales creates the push. So Trump is creating the pull and Putin is going to push. So they are going to squeeze Iran in between the two and tell them, look, Iran, look, my buddy, Trump is saying, I'm going to come and get you and all that. Putin will say, look, it's better you sign the deal. It's better you shut these facilities. Otherwise, he's going to hit you and I'm going to back out. And with this, I have to give as much regards and my respects to Donald Trump, because one thing Trump is doing a great favor to the world. Who of you don't still understand it? You might have anything about Trump, but I'll not listen a word, because you know what is the favor he's doing to the world. Democrats and Barkat Hussain Obama, bracket mein mullah, had put Putin into China's lap. Putin with China was a disaster. China could have been really that, bull in the China. They could destroy the world with Putin backing him. Now, what Trump has done, which nobody dares to talk or understand, which I talk and say directly, he has at least 60-70%, he has pulled Trump from China's lap. And what we want to do is, even in the yesterday's...
Not Trump from China's lap, Russia from China's lap.
Russia from China's lap. Sorry about a slip of tongue. So Putin from China's lap. He has pulled Putin from China's lap. That is what the Trump has done. So full credit to Trump from that. And yesterday, what did Trump say? He said, we can even look at doing relations with the business with the Russian. And he said, he made a very important point. He said, if Russia and America start doing business and dealings, where will the European Union go? Wow! Aha! If Russia and America can start doing business, trade, commerce, and become friendly, where will the European Union go? Mr. Keir Starmer, any ideas of where you're going next? You can't even loot and plunder the whole world, right? You see, that's one thing. When I was working in Greece, my CEO used to say, he said, look, Americans build America, Indians build America. He said, these Brits looted the whole world and built London. They never worked any time. They looted the whole world and built London. London was never built on sweat and blood. All the countries were built on sweat and blood, but these people only built on loot and plunder. Now imagine what Putin has warned you yesterday. If America and Russia go together, and there are already a lot of things of cooperation which are being talked about, hydrocarbons, space, 10 number of things. What will European Union go? Where are you going to survive? You're not going to survive in China for sure. So that's another piece of things. These are the three important things which I wanted to bring to your table. So I'm sure you're going to like it. And please press the like button, because the greatest favor to the world is, thankfully, Trump is working, his, whatever you want to say, his he's sweating it out to make sure that Putin and Xi Jinping break away. And this uncomfortable alliance between Putin and Xi Jinping breaks. Let Putin become the world leader he was, and Americans become what they are. India is anywhere, is a friendly country. So anyway, with all these developments, the people who are feeling the brunt of it is People's Republic of China. That's where credit goes to Putin. Now let us come to the Pakistan. Very important. So I've covered the nuclear deal. Now nuclear deal is this push and pull. They're going to work in tango. They're going to push Iran to it. If they do, America will hit, Israel will hit, Russia will back out and make sure China doesn't intervene. Russia will back out and make sure China does not intervene. That is the biggest thing what Putin can. If Putin can control China, and Putin now controls North Korea, with China and North Korea being controlled, that is the firewall which the Americans and the Israelis want to destroy Iran, and that will be provided to them. So that's the point number one. So that's about the Iran nuclear. If paper works, what Trump said. If a deal works, otherwise military is always the option. Now let's go to Pakistan, friends. So do you have your popcorn, your Diet Coke, tea, coffee ready? Thursday, I've been telling you Pakistanis are bloody lying. They are liars. They are cheats. They are frauds. They are thugs. They've been all lying about this operation. They've been all BS what they've been taking about the operation. Now today, BLA has come up with a press release, and BLA has told we have executed all 214 hostages because Pakistan did not agree to our demands. Prisoners were not let go, and even all the areas of Balochistan, we are engaging and we are killing Pakistani army. And these 214 people who were executed as per BLA are Pakistani army regulars who were going on a leave, or people of ISI or paramilitary or whatever. They are Pakistani establishment or Pakistani military personnel. Remember last episode, friends, didn't I tell you 214 hostages and 200 coffins is the only thing that makes sense? Remember my sentence. I said the only mathematics which adds up, in my opinion, is 214 hostages and 200 coffins. I told you one thing. Why should Pakistan army get coffins? Why do you need 200 coffins? Because you have only 214 hostages. So you knew they are not going to get free. So you need coffins so that you can put them there and bury them somewhere. When we did the surgical strike, you buried your dead in Neelam Valley. That is what you did. You buried all your dead in the Neelam Valley, and then you let the independent journalists and so-called independent journalists come and nothing happened. Now, Balochis are challenging you. Let independent journalists come today and watch what is happening. Will Pakistan dare? Will Pakistan have the courage to do it? No, they will not have the courage to do it because they are all lying. These 200 coffins were always gotten for their men, because the point I was trying to make when I did the numbers with you in the last episode, no number added up. Only two numbers added up, 214 and 200. And I told you, why should Pakistani army get coffins for Baloch fighters or for the civilians who are killed? They will only get coffins for their kind. So if 200 coffins are there, that means they are ready to let these men die. And that is exactly what happened. So where are the Pakistani claims? Where is Shahbaz Sharif lying and complimenting his army for a beautiful win? And Balochis have given proof that your all hostages are killed and you got your men killed. And Asim Munir, you could not dare to even put your people on the ground. And you were saying, I have done a successful operation. I compliment the forces of Pakistan doing what successful operation? I told you, you tried twice with helicopters, it did not work. You tried with drones, you tried with artillery shells, Balochis warned you. And after that, the reality remains, your men never dared to even get near the train. And all the hostages, which were Pakistan army, anyway, we don't celebrate anybody who's dead, who lost their lives, were lost because you, Asim Munir, and you, Shahbaz Sharif, and you, Ehsan Dar, and you others decided not to act. You people chickened out. You people decided not to act. You people let your people die. What could you do as an act of valor to them? You ordered coffins in advance. 200 coffin, right? 200 tabuts, 200 coffins you ordered in advance. And this is what your brave army has done. And shame on you. Why you are still wearing those 𝗪𝗐 medals? Those 𝗪𝗐 medals, red, pink, blue, green. These many medals. Which wars have you won? What is your tale of valor? After 1993, you did as 93,000 troops surrender. I told you 11th March 2025 will be another dreadful day where you will be remembered for your tragedy, where you will be remembered that you lost Balochistan, and where you will be remembered that you let your men die. You did not even try to save your men. We had 9/11. We had situations in India. We dare. Indian army dares and rescues its man. We don't leave a man behind. We might have to break a glacier or break through a mountain. We'll go and will not leave a man alive. Even in 1999 in Kargil, you left your men alive, left your men there, dead men, where to do the burial. Now today, you shameless people, and you're saying you're the Islamic bomb, you're going to protect Islam, you're going to protect the Muslims of the world. You cannot protect your own men in your own country, in your backyard. What the hell are you going to protect? Who are you going to bluff? And I will request these Arab sheikhs who still have these ex-Pakistani generals as their PSOs. Sir, throw them out, they're useless. These people, this Punjabi army is cowards. They're useless. They're good for nothing. They are only biryani khao army. They want to eat 10 kilos of biryani, have those, 150 kilos of weight and those pot bellies, and they are ace womanizers. They are only good at selling those, those diapers, chameli ka tel, eating biryani, womanizing, and siphoning the money out of the country. That is what these generals are good about. That is what the Pakistani army is good about. Beyond that, they are nothing. Have you seen such a humiliation? That I was right that these morons, these idiots will not even try to rescue their men. I told you on the first day, they will not even try to rescue operation. I was right. They never tried to rescue operation. So this is the great Pakistani army, and there is not even one person from Pakistan who comes and says these Balochis are wrong. Because I told you, if you launch the operation, show us the pictures. When did you launch the operation? Show us those 33 Baloch fighters dead. Give us the names of those 24 or 32 civilians which you claimed were 27 were killed. What were their names? Who are these people? Show us the pictures. Release the pictures. Give us the details. Tell us which Baloch was killed. You have an IC, you have all the IDs. Why can't you give out one operational detail? Why can't you give out one operational detail, one proof to show you have done the strike? We did Balakot, we did Uri, we gave you all the proofs. We threw the proof, and then we showed the proof to the whole world. We showed proof to the whole world. How did we slaughter and how did we kind of mince Pakistanis. But did you have any proof? Did you even have a utter of it? Because you are liars, you are cheats, you are thugs, you are good at selling what you call those Islamic condoms, what your 𝗪𝗪 organization is now making. I don't know how does it work, but there's some kind of a Islamic condom what you made. That is what you are good at. This is what you are good at. So this is why what I'm saying. Pakistan is reduced to dust today. It's a matter of time, sir. Formally, they will reach Balochistan, and there has been I think there were 2 days back. There was also a blast yesterday. There was a blast in a mosque in 𝗘𝗙𝗙𝗏. Some important leaders were killed. Now, what does 𝗪𝗡𝗙𝗏 do? Rather than having a big bomb and creating 70 people, they will place a bomb, low intensity bomb, exactly near to the place where some leader or the person whom they want to eliminate has come for a prayer. The bomb will go up. Only 3-4 people will die, including that leader. So that is what has happened. So 𝗪𝗡𝗙𝗏 has again started hitting your leaders and started hitting your assets. This is the reality of Pakistan. If there's a cheat, there's a luck, there's a thug, and there's a what do I say you? Handful of Baloches could hold you by B's. You know what does B's mean? It starts with the B and ends with the S. That is what your army is good at. This is what you will do, Ghazwayan. This is how you will win India. This is how will you protect the Islam in the world. I don't know how to describe you. After that, sir, then we are over with Pakistan. I wanted to talk more, but the time is ticking out. Now let's just go. You wanted to make a point.
Almost done. One additional thing I wanted to tell all our viewers is, can you all recollect who the new ISI chief today is? Don't go to Google. Just immediately, if nobody answers, that means you don't know, because it is true. This guy has taken up so much that he wants to make ISI a non-entity. Asim Munir has tried to completely bury the ISI inside, and interestingly, I still don't see anybody answering. My goodness. His name is Asim, another Asim, Malik, M-A-L-I-K. And this guy tried to bring about a change in the army chief in Bangladesh. There's a huge coup that was tried and did not work, because India was alert to the thing, and they make sure that the army chief of Bangladesh was properly received in Bangladesh and taken to his office. A lot of things have happened in the last few days. Look, the tide has turned, but they are getting it from both sides. And I will tell you, the day is not far off when Bangladeshis themselves will drive out all these ISI goons and thugs sitting in Bangladesh. That's all I wanted to say. This is a slight detour from what we are going. Go back to, you want to finish one minute with Pak, and then we'll go to Q&A.
Yeah. And by the way, this Lieutenant General Asim Malik, he's the one whose bottom is burning now. I would rather say, where is ISI in all this? Does ISI anywhere head and tail what is happening? Do they even know what is happening in Pakistan? I think, honestly, when I know 𝗪𝗪𝗍 had been to Iran, why don't Pakistanis know? Why doesn't ISI know this? Because they have lost it. They have completely lost it. And I told you there are factions within ISI and there are factions within army who work against Asim Munir. Just by reciting ayats of Quran, you're not going to become a general, Asim. Come on, grow up, boy. And after that, we have to talk about the travel ban. Now, what Trump is talking about a travel ban wherein there will be countries categorized into 43 countries in all. 10 countries like North Africa, Cuba, and all. There will be a complete ban. They can't enter America. Right? Then there will be another bunch of 20-25 countries. There will be very, very special circumstances they will be entered to enter. And in that, our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, Pakistan, and our friendly neighborhood Batman, China is into that list. So both our friendly good neighbors are into no entry list. And there is a third country where they will have some serious restrictions and checks and all. But one thing is very sure, that Trump is back to his travel ban, and he wants to restrict the people entering America with dubious characters. And our both good neighbors, Pakistan and China, are on the list. And the beautiful news is that even when what is going to happen if they can't enter Pakistan? The good news is that even if when now American companies want to hire them and give them a resident permit or a working visa and all, I think that's not going to happen, because when you are in these three countries, there is no way you can enter America or to be employed in America. So these Chinese espionage, this Chinese crap, what was happening, this all is stopped. Though we are going to talk a lot about China tomorrow morning. You have to see me at 10 o'clock. Don't miss the show. There's a lot of revelations we're making tomorrow morning about China. So the Chinese and Pakistanis are equally sulking. I hoped and wish that Pakistan was in the first list. I will request still President Trump, kindly, sir, put the Pakistan in the first list, not in the second. Pakistan and China, you should put in the A list. So the both of them can. Baju mein. So don't keep them in the list number 2. I would request Marco Rubio, sir, kindly elevate his stature to the list A list, complete ban. And hopefully somebody in the US is listening, it will happen. So it's going to happen. There are going to be some legal challenges and all, but I think it's a great move because by the virtue of this, the people of these countries, the passport holders or even the dual citizens, they will have big time problems even in entering US, and even if they enter US, they can't be meaningfully employed and they will be always on the radar. It's again a smart move for Trump. And then the last point I want to touch upon before the clock throws me out is this Ibrahim Rasool. This Ibrahim Rasool was the South African ambassador to United States of America. He did not have good opinions about Trump. Ibrahim Rasool was critical about Trump, about his being pro-Christian and about his Christian values, and being you can be a proud Muslim, but we can't be a proud Hindu. You can't be a proud Christian. You can't be a proud Jew. You can't be a proud Zoroastrian. Nobody can be proud. Only Muslims can be proud. So now what did Marco Rubio said? They kind of asked him to pack his bags, and it's a very person or non grata. I think that's the technical term used. So that means you can't trust this person. He has to immediately pack his bags and he's sent out of America. It's a very, very powerful message. And you remember before that there was one more Muslim guy who was Pakistani ambassador who came to America. He was a deputy ambassador in Los Angeles in Biden's times. And now he came. He was stopped at the immigration. Not only stopped, he was deported. Now this Ibrahim Rasool, another guy, African guy, has been sent back to Africa. So there are a lot of things which are happening. And by the way, I have to inform you, there is one of our Indian student, some Miss Srinivasan. She has
Ranjani Srinivasan. She has self-deported herself from Colombia.
Yeah, sir, because her visa was revoked. Her visa because she has been supporting this pro-Hamas gang and has been part of orchestrating these protests and all. Her visa was revoked. And then there is this app where you can self-deport. If you don't do it, you'll be arrested and sent in chains. I think it's better to come without chains than being in chains. There was one more girl her visa was cancelled on 6th January. She was from, I think, West Bank or somewhere, Jordan or wherever. She did not leave America. Then she got arrested and she was deported today. And there's one more guy which is being done. So basically, America started cracking the whip, which Sree sir was always telling you. Remember that it's a matter of time. America will start cracking the whip. You will be identified. You will be deported. You will be sent back to your country. Now, my question here is, which I want your opinion on. When this, and the lady has so many B.Tech in here. It's like a 𝗠𝗢𝗙𝗄𝗧 style, degree after degree after degree. And she was on a full scholarship there. The question here is, my thing, Americans did what they had to do. The question here is, when she lands in India, isn't this person responsible for bringing name and shame to the Republic of Bharat? Isn't this person trying to be a stumbling block between the India and America relations and India and Israel relations? Shouldn't this person be investigated? Where did she get any money for that? And her great town planning skills, obviously they are not required in India or America. I think we can still manage to live it. But I have a country where her town planning skills are very much in need. And the name of the country is Gaza. Because Gaza is all rubble, you need beautiful town planners there. So all her town planning skills can be used in Gaza. That's point number one. Or even in Syria. Then she can choose a boss between Bashar Assad, who has thousands of mass graves to his credit, Julani, a former ISIS or a Al-Qaeda terrorist, or Mohammed Sanawar, the brother of Yahya Sanawar. These are the few beautiful people that she can work with. I would have requested Americans kindly send her on a plane to Gaza, because you have so much of sympathy for Hamas. You should be a part of them. You should be a part of this system. As there are 57 countries in the world to choose from, go and be there. Sir, my problem is, what is the mechanism of Indian government to control this menace? How do you ensure when you come up, you don't become another Sharjil Iljam or whatever his name, Umar Khalid? And how do we make sure you are not a part of that Tukde gang? And how do we ensure that things do not happen? And in light of these developments, don't you think time has come? Indian government must declare Hamas as a terrorist organization, because Hamas has already used POK and has reached Jammu border. We have reported that, and Israel government has also told us about that. I think the time has come. Bharat should declare Hamas as a terrorist organization, and these people should be booked as terrorist sympathizers. And she said, as per our law, the terrorist sympathizers have to be booked in UAPA. So why? My question is, I'm not a lawyer, but as a concerned citizen, why such people should not be booked under UAP. That is my limited take on it. Namaskar.
Thank you very much, Sumitji. And shout out to all of you to please download our PGurus app. I know some of you are saying that you are finding it difficult. See, if you look at the thing, you need to download the new version 2.4.0 or later, and you will be starting at the home button, right at the bottom. Then you need to go to the media button, which is in the middle. And if you see here on the top right, you will see a button saying click for exclusive content. If you turn that on, now I have turned it on. See, the new exclusive content is visible for you. There are 2 videos there. You can click any one of these videos. Some of you have said that when you click on the video is not playing. No, it is playing. It may be that perhaps you have some network difficulties. That's the only thing we can think of. There is nothing wrong. We have had a lot of people watch it. So this is where we are giving exclusive content that we are not putting anywhere else. We are preparing for a day when YouTube might not even allow us to put anything. Shadow ban is possible everywhere. So far, I'm very thankful to YouTube. You have been very, very fair. We always put all our references also. So we don't say anything out of thin air. And we are very happy that you rate us high in terms of reliability of what our news is. At the same time, I have to be prepared for a day when some hothead comes in and does something. Sumitji, we are getting multiple threats now. The channel is, and even just now, so many people coming and barking on the channel.
I know
it's just disgusting, I can tell you. See, we are a serious channel. We are not trying to become like tu ye hai, tu wo hai, tu kutta hai, tu gada hai. We are not saying anything like that. We are telling you the way it is in the world. A lot of things are changing very quickly in the world. So this is the place where you get all that information. But all these people have come here and parked and they start taking a dump here. What's wrong with them? Anyway, we can't stop them from coming, but if we see them becoming a nuisance, we shut them down. You might be seeing it in the chat window. We know who are the ones who are the miscreants, and that is being taken care of. So a lot of work for us.
Sir, when we are exposing Pakistan like this, do you think Pakistani ISPR will do nothing? They will not come after us. They come change their names and come as they're all, maximum of them are Pakistanis. They want to stop us because we predicted that Pakistan will not do this operation. We predicted these 250 coffins are for their own army, and exactly we have proven right. See how much of salt injury we're adding to them. And we speak in Hindi and English both. So the people who don't understand English will understand English globally. Na? So this is the reality of the life. So you can try whatever you want to do. You can't muzzle the voice of the truth. And especially our editor has given a good suggestion, Sachin Bhai, that this lady should be kept under the vigil of NIA. Let NIA keep an eye on her and watch the aage piche kya hai.
Let's go to the questions now, please. Thank you, Peter, for your super sticker. Thank you, Vanita Jayaprakash. Thank you, Nirav. And same for Indian Muslim. If they want to enjoy Islam, try Pakistan. They feel like hell, surely then they would like to stay with the Kafir Hindu and always vote BJP.
No, I have better options, Nirav bhai. Now in the market, we have Syria and Sudan. Better than Pakistan. Khulli zameen. So you can get an acre of land each. No problem. If you...
Next one. Next one, please. Magnet Ranga wants to know, Namaskar ji, with the possibility of war ending, what happens to the oil benefit Bharat enjoyed?
Look, America, as I predicted, never interrupted our oil supplies with Russia. Has Trump even uttered a word? Because Trump is a businessman. You make a case, say, look, boss, I'm saying $30-40 billion, which I need. Trump will say, okay, can you give me $10 billion in defense deals? Say, okay, still, Mr. Modi, you can keep 35. Yeah, good. Or give me 15, you still keep 30. Good. It's a give and take. They understand India's compulsions. What Trump understands about China is playing games. If you have a genuine compulsion, everybody will understand, everybody will accommodate you. But if you're playing games, then there's a different ball game altogether.
Next one, please. Rajaraman wants to know, these turmoil are only so far as Trump is in power. Do you think things will change after Trump?
This is not a turmoil, sir. These are the necessary surgeries and tumor removals, laser guided operations which are removing a lot of tumors and a lot of knots which had come in the body. So I think it's a laser surgery plus physiotherapy put together. which is a bit painful, but ultimately we want a smoother and we want a better workflow. But yes, there will be some disruptions. We have to be all prepared for that.
Next one, please. Muthukumar Sundaram wants to know, PGurus, for how long US will have economic supremacy with military muscle to make other countries yield to their pressure so that they set right their past mistakes?
Look, military procedure and all this is driven by two things. One, this is driven by as long as dollar is in dominance. Secondly, they are spending $800 billion in their defense. Thirdly, they control a lot of IP and technology of the world. Look, somebody cheat and the technology copier China cannot become US. If China would have produced 25% of the technology genuinely, it would have become somebody. But as Chinese don't go that way. In fact, if I see today, honestly, the only long-term rival of US somewhere down the line is going to be India, nobody else. Not China, not Russia. Sree sir will agree with me.
Yes, I agree. Next one, please. Shrikant Satarkar wants to know what message Indian minorities should get from Balochistan.
The message they should get from Balochistan is that you are living and breathing in the land of Rama and Krishna. India is secular because Hindu is secular and Hindu chooses to be secular. You are peaceful. You have no attacks here because it's a Hindu-dominated country. Go to Pakistan, go to Afghanistan, go to Syria, go to Sudan, go to Somalia, go to any of the Muslim countries, minus 3 or 4, which are rich in natural resources. Muslims are killing each other at an alarming pace. So thank God you're born here, thank God you're here, and thank God it's a Hindu country. So nobody is in a perpetual hurry of jihad and in a perpetual hurry to live the life after death. So if nobody is in that mode, you can also live and enjoy life, and there is no discrimination here. And if the people from the community become Kalams, they will get the respect and they will get a stature of APJ Abdul Kalam also. We have proved that.
Rajaraman wants to know, did Shahbaz really visit Balochistan?
No, he did not. Even Asim Munir visited Banu after the action was over. He lost 120 men. And Asim Munir doesn't even dare to go there because the action is on. I told you from the very beginning why Pakistani army will not rescue. Because my sources told me there's an ambush. The train is in the valley, there's an ambush. If Pakistani forces get down there, thousands will be slaughtered. And that will be the end of Pakistan's army's stranglehold on Pakistan. Pakistan will imagine 20,000-30,000 Pakistani soldiers lose their life. That's the end of KPK, Balochistan, Sindh, and even the Saraiki belt. And here they will lose POK and here you will lose GB. So these can I use a very not a proper word? These chicken shits will not dare to enter Balochistan. I told you. That is what they are. They will not dare to enter Balochistan because they know if they lose in Balochistan, that will be the end of Pakistan and Pakistan army.
Next one, please. Rajaraman again asked Sri Sumit, what is Pannun doing? Where is he? Still washing pokies back for drug money? No news.
I think, एक हिंदी में कहावत है फूका हुआ कार तो use cartilage. Use cartilages only have that pictorial value. You can keep them in a drawing room and keep them somewhere, but they can't be used any longer. He had burnt his fuses and his days were over with the days of Biden only.
Next one, please. BJT wants to know who caused these wars in Somalia, Sudan, Nigeria.
It is the Islamic militias who want to dominate each other. Nobody wants to work. Everybody wants to eat, have women, alcohol, meat, biryanis, harams, and siphon the natural resources of the country. That is a simple problem. And selection by elimination. Islam doesn't believe in elections, so the selection only happens by elimination. So what you see, this is an elimination process. So in a way, if I turn the tables around, you can argue me and say, Sumit bhai, this is a selection process. Of course, with some necessary elimination. When you look at any of the videos of these slaughterhouses, they never say the animal is killed. They say then it is processed. So they have kind of deleted the word killed or slaughtered with processed. So this is processed. Something like that.
Next one, please. OMG wants to know, what is this an operation carried out by the Pakistani army itself, denying Mahrang Baloch her Nobel Prize?
Mahrang Baloch was the lady whom they threatened to rape on the streets of Islamabad. And when she cried back and she told them, I'll make you cry those blood tears. And this is what the Maharang Baloch has done. And as I told you again, Baloches are very organized. They are military styled. They are not those fanatic Muslims who will say Allahu Akbar and detonate themselves. They attack as per policy. And Baloches have protected Hinglaj Mata, and they take it onus on them to protect the Hindu sites. So if you come and you remember, Balochistan wanted to be a part of India. It is our Chacha Nehru who rejected that. They wanted to be a part of India.
See, there are two types of takias. There is al-takiya, then there is Nehru's takiya. Understood what that is?
I think the second one can't be described on a public broadcast. We can talk about that. Too complicated.
Comedy King wants to know, sir, do you think there is any chance that Europe is going to use refugees, illegal migrants or mercenaries from poor countries to use as soldiers or cannon fodder?
Europe is not competent of doing anything. Even if they survive, that should be good enough for them, because if I look at most of the Europe, sorry to say, my friend, they are in deep shit. That is where they are. And with the leaders like Keir, I don't know what was he doing today. Which meeting? Bhai, kaun si meeting? Sir, I have to give me 30 seconds. 0.1% GDP growth. 0.1%. Huh? Your unemployment 4.8%. Your interest rate 4.7%. Your inflation 3%. If you look at these four numbers, you are buried, man. You are buried up to here. What boots on ground and planes in the air? Why do you want to become Pakistan? I hope you were not brought up in Pakistan. You didn't went to a school in Pakistan. Otherwise, unless these fanatic ideas don't come into now I know. Your good friend must be Sajid Khan. London wala na mayor. He must be good buddies. He told me, inshallah, mashallah, Jahada will do it. Don't worry, inshallah, mashallah. He must have learned from him. Okay, Sajid Khan. Now I got the logic.
Next one, please. 𝗏𝗧𝗍 wants to know, Sreeji, even with all the cut in aid, US expenditure bill seems to be highest in recent times and revenue is half. I can answer this question if you want to add something first, Sumitji.
No, sir, you go on first.
So, 𝗏𝗧𝗍, what they're finding out now as they go in more and more is that the outgoing Biden administration appears to have put a lot of grants and things of that nature in escrow-like account. Do you understand what escrow is? Escrow is the third party that maintains the money. It could be X, it could be Y. X could be paying Y, but it will be paid only when this happens. But what they have done is, if let's say X is the US government, the payee, payer, not payee, payer, and if Biden changed to Trump, they made it also so that X cannot take back this stuff.
Money.
So this is the DOGE. They have, by the way, they have now recovered 115 billion, another 10 billion recovered. This is why DOGE has become so important. There is so much pilferage. There is so much. They have completely disregarded all rules and laws. Okay, I don't know why that poor girl, lady Janet Yellen, agreed to be Treasury Secretary. She could have just ridden into the sunset after having been the federal chair. Good point. I mean, she did a decent job and she could have retired. Now the name is completely besmirched. And they used her as a front and then did a lot of nonsense in the back. By the way, she's also a Jew. Sumitji, you'll be surprised how many Jews are now in the wrong side.
And I remember she's the one who went to China and kneeled before the Xi Jinping. She's the same lady.
Yeah. There is something terribly wrong there. Terribly wrong. All I can say is, what can I say? I mean, this is known to everybody. Next one, Venkatesam wants to know, good evening, sirs. Wonderful listening to you. Is there tariff levied by Russia on Chinese products? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I've not heard anything of that yet. But China is, but what I know, Russians are very upset with Chinese, and Russia has, it's a full episode in itself, but I can give you a short summary. Tomorrow I'll be covering it in detail. Russia has said that all the claims what China has been making about its military technology, most of them are all thin air. Alhamdulillah.
Thank you so much, sir. Let's take the Ashirwad of Mahadev now.
Sir, what I have to say, all my brothers and sisters, kindly like this video. because if you don't like this video, it will not reach the level where you want to reach. And we wanted to reach the people in the echelons of power and the people who matter in decision making, because somewhere down the line, after this video and after the hours of work we have put on this video, if we are able to change one thing in the world and able to benefit 1 million lives, I think our mission is over. For that, you have to become a part of that success, and you have to like this video. On that note, I want to thank you for your all the patience, love and appreciation. Bharat Mata ki jai, Vande Mataram, and Har Har Mahadev.
Mahadev.
Thank you.